I just realized that your gecko gets gets not only our podcast live,
Yep.
but also gets the best quality because the gecko we have our camera set up leaned against Aaron's tag for the gecko. So the gecko could just literally watch the video or could just like scoop behind the video and just watch us.
You could say we record in front of a live studio audience.
We do.
Yeah.
What's its name again?
Her.
August. I didn't want to assume a gender. I should have said their name.
August.
That's cool. What'd you name her after? Or you just like the name?
Ain't this a dilemma? Basically, I have to just take it on the chin every single time I tell someone the name. They're like, "That's kind of a dumb name," which is not even that dumb of a name. It's not that dumb of a name, but some people like say like that's not a great name. And every time someone says anything about it, I just have to, even if they say it's a good name, like I just have to take it on the chin because I can't really explain the real reason why I didn't even. It wasn't even me. It was like my suite at college. Like I allowed them to participate in the naming of the gecko.
Right. Interesting.
And
well, have you talked to her? Does she like it? The gecko, our podcast.
Oh, she could not be happier. She is absolutely.
I thought she was gonna be like a huge hard ass, just like. We film in front of a live studio audience and we have exactly one heckler. It's a pain in the ass to edit out their voice, but.
Just this constant like hissing and banging. Just fucking shut up.
There's a lot of slurs, like way more slurs than I would have guessed from a gecko.
Surprisingly racist.
Unimaginably racist, to be honest.
I wonder if she works for Geico. Oop. So I was talking with my friend one time about like worst diseases to have. And
yeah.
And it sort of got like I was wondering about like I didn't really know the difference between being HIV positive and having AIDS. Like I don't know the difference.
Aaron, this is really, really easy to explain. Are you ready for this? This is who asked the...
I didn't even get to the best part.
We can't imply that we both don't know.
No. We were talking about it and then he asks me, I shit you not. We were talking about worst diseases. I shit you not. I think it's because we were talking about pandemics. Mm-hmm. And he turns to me and he goes, "Can you spread AIDS?"
Okay, no. This is who asked.
The most inconsequential show on the internet.
I'm Alex.
I'm Aaron.
I'm not going to ask you anything. We talk about our opinions and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Despite the fact that nobody asked.
Yep.
What do you want to get started with? With what do you want to get started? I wouldn't have sentence in a preposition to save my life.
Nice. Let's start with the would you rather.
So would you rather? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
This was a very interesting one that I found. Now I think we're gonna make something interesting out of it. Would you rather? Would you rather mind control everyone who has a fever, or become God, but only if first 1,000 people believe that you're God? Again, mind control everyone who has a fever, or become God only if first 1,000 people actually believe that you're God.
There's so much to unpack.
I don't know. It's pretty straightforward. All right, let's tackle it one at a time. Which one?
All right, what's the temperature threshold for this fever?
I'm gonna call it. It's very vague. Let's make it like
100.
Let's make it 101.
101
degrees Fahrenheit. Yep.
That's so high.
We're trying to limit the pool. We got to nerf this superpower.
Okay, no. We have to be realistic. If we're talking about fever, it's got to be 100 or like 100. Yeah, something.
Okay, so we want someone with a fever that's not that's like sick in bed and like can't do anything, but also not like going to the hospital. Right?
Oh, well, do you want those sort of people?
I mean, I feel like that's what this type of fever is referring to, right?
Okay.
Unless it's not
like the I got dancing fever. It's not like one of those.
No, it's I couldn't think of anything else other than Bieber fever.
Bieber fever. Would you rather mind control all of the believers, or
become God.
So you're just asking whether I would control all of his fans or be him?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Dude, love yourself goes hard. I don't know. I won't cap.
I don't know. He seems to be really lonely.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, our two options are when it says everyone with a fever, that could include like a person with like one minute, like infinitesimally small point of a degree over the average temperature of a person, or all the way to like hella high fever, you're about to die, you probably
no.
Or is it gonna be like
no, because fever, there's like definitely a threshold for fever. So let's say like I'm pretty sure in terms of like my school with COVID, like if your temperature goes above like 101.4, no 100.4, I think that then above like that you're considered a risk. 101.3 is a good radio station in the New York metropolitan area. Boom.
That's cool.
Yep, knowledgeable.
Okay, but all right. Now we've established that it's a threshold, maybe about 100 degrees. But let's get to the more important aspect of it. You can mind control them. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad we spent that much time discerning the content of a fever. But I mean, right now that's a pretty, formidable option. Oh,
that is super true.
COVID-19 is the best thing that's ever happened to this person with this superpower.
Absolutely. I did not even think about it in this context.
Yo,
that's very interesting. I think this Would You Rather I found was very old, so it wasn't in context of the pandemic. However, when they made it, it was probably with the intention of being like, oh, there's only so many people with a fever in like a surrounding area. Maybe like you could probably go within maybe a few 100 miles or something like that. I don't know.
Context.
But I think it's more interesting in the COVID context, because out of the COVID context, like, well, you're going to get max 10 people in like a city, maybe 20 people in like a city, like a small city, a town. We're going to call it a town. But in the pandemic, that's probably going to be a lot crazier. You just run by a hospital and it's like, oh, I have hundreds of people.
You could really fuck up the entire world right now by just making all those people get up and run around and cough on people.
Okay, yeah. That's a new question. What would you make them do? You would have them run around and cough on people?
I would have them. Let me think.
Do the Macarena.
Why was I think? I was gonna say
no way.
I was gonna say have them all hit the whoa at the same time.
It had to be some sort of dance move. I knew this for a fact.
Have them all come at the same time.
Have them all come at the same time.
COVID person orgy.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, no.
Maybe that's a little bit
okay. Yeah, it's a lot of power. I don't know what I would do with that.
But okay, well,
and like how helpful can they truly be? Like, I shouldn't be around them. I'm gonna get a fever.
I mean, you can't be around them, but you can make them do whatever. Also, can you how do you zero in on one person?
How able-bodied are they? Even if I'm mind controlling them, I might hurt them.
Able-bodied.
I might hurt them. No, in the sense of
you might. Oh, now you care about them after mind controlling them?
No. In a sense that they might not be able to do what I need them to do without just dying because they're like expending too much energy.
I mean, yeah, you have to be smart about it. You wouldn't like mind control them and be like, okay, run a marathon. But, well, I mean, there are a lot of questions. It's like, can you pick out an individual person within it to mind control specifically?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Do you have to see them?
I'm going to say, let's say yes. You have to see them.
Oh, man.
You have to shadow box them. It's like, in order to mind control them, you have to like mimic what they're doing. You have to like do something and they'll mimic you.
No, we're back to the same thing with mirror neurons. This is pointless.
So then let's tackle the other one. You can become God. You could just be an almighty deity. However, 1,000 people need to believe that you're God first.
Step 1, join Christianity.
Dude, you can't just hate on Jesus Claus like that. Santa Christ is my savior.
Santa Christ.
Oh. Maybe one day you'll be part of the cult of Jesus White Claws.
Fucking sick, dude. Fucking praise Jesus White Claws, my guy.
Jesus White Claw says this about himself. I assumed it was Jesus White Claws talking, and now I guess he's talking about himself.
Does the existence of Jesus White Claws
no
imply the existence of like Jesus like Budweiser?
White Claws, Budweiser, hard liquor, wine. These were the 4 Jesuses. Everything changed when the White Claw...
The 4 horsemen of the dope-apocalypse, bro.
The dope-apocalypse, my God. I recently watched The Umbrella Academy.
What is
that? It was pretty good. It's a show on Netflix, and it's about like a bunch of people with superpowers, but like it's not really about the powers. It's more like they're a very dysfunctional family, and it's like entertaining and drama and stuff. And one of them is like super like just a charismatic person. He was very like a like hipster-esque 70s kind of guy, and he like one of the premise for season 2 was that like they got thrown back in time. And in order to like make a life for themselves, they weren't near each other, so they just had to like survive. And he accidentally started a cult. And from the way that they pictured it, it was super duper easy for him to do this. Like, yes, the average person, it was like, I would never follow this person. Why am I doing this? But to like the very select people that did choose to follow him, it was like, oh, I left my job and my family and everything to follow you, and like, yeah, I mean, and you didn't even ask.
I mean, the thing about it is, that was scripted. That was a scripted television show.
No, I was there.
Yeah, you were there watching it on the TV screen.
Yeah. And?
That's like
Aaron, people can't lie when they put things up on the internet.
That's like, I saw it on a movie and it looked really easy. He just got bit by a spider and then he had superpowers.
His parents died.
So I went and got bit by a wolf spider and almost fucking died. I hope you realize how stupid you sound.
Okay. The reason I brought it up was because like there are cults that exist in the real world, and
it's true.
Some of these cults are like super duper crazy, but there's hella people that are like ride or die for them.
It's easy. I'll just start my own Jonestown.
And with that, how hard would it be to get just like a quick 1,000 people?
Just like a quick K.
Just like
1K.
Just like a really small K.
Like one of those speed runs. 1,000-person cult speedrun challenge.
Under 1,001 people.
Asserting myself as a deity. Posting it online. Gaining followers.
Oh God, 100 of them died. That's not good.
It would definitely be a long
It's going to set us back.
Is it like a... Question. Is it like a... Oopsies. Is it a running count? So it's like you constantly have to maintain above 1,000?
I think you would constantly have to maintain above 1,000.
See, that's like... Because then, like, that's your whole life. Mm-hmm. Your whole life is going to be spent, like, maintaining this following and, like, asserting that you're God and doing that stuff.
Well, it's really what it could be is however long it takes to get to 1,000.
But then you have to maintain it.
Oh, but that by that point you are God. It doesn't matter at that point. You have, like, unlimited power and abilities and, like...
That's true.
It's more like once you get there, you're there.
But you still have to do all the stuff that keeps people believing. You know what I mean?
I feel like if you're God, you could probably just figure that out pretty quick.
That's probably true.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you know?
What would you do to prove to people that you're God? Like, what act would you do?
To prove to people that I was God and, like, I actually am, or, like, I'm getting there?
Both.
Okay.
Start with the first. Start with the latter. That you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
What'd you do?
You see that thumb trick, right?
do one of the fingers locked together, go behind the head, come back, they're unlocked.
Yeah. I would do a bunch of like really cheap magic tricks, but like actually do the magic for them in whatever way that I can. Like I'm literally like passing the atoms through each other to get my fingers out of like the interlocked position. But like,
no way, this is actually what you're going with.
Yep, it is. Because the real ones will know. The real ones will know. Because it's like, it's too easy if I just, like, perform a miracle, you know? That'd be too easy. Could you give me a challenge?
I'm here to tell you, if you chose this option, the would you rather, and went about it this way, you would absolutely fail.
Well, it's a good thing I was probably going to choose the fever thing anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do with them?
The Macarena. We went over this. No, I don't know. Actually, it's kind of sadistic. I don't know.
What is it? You have to say it now.
No. Just the general concept of just like, you know.
Oh, mind control? Yeah.
Yeah. Just general dominion over another person, you know?
Yeah. I'd say that's somewhat sadistic.
Oh, yeah? How would you know? Freeze! We caught him.
Would you say you're sadistic?
I wouldn't really say so. I could be.
You don't want to sit on this dick? I came up with that on the spot.
That was pretty good, too.
Sit on this dick?
That was pretty good, too. I thought that was a genuine question. I thought we were genuinely going to be talking about our moral boundaries, but no, I just walked into it again. I decided we're done with this. What are you going to choose?
I think I'm going to choose the God one.
Cool. I'm not going to ask why. You lose. All right.
It involves a lot of drugs. We'll say that much.
Do you want to do psych or do you want to do the topic?
Let's do... Oh, what do you think?
Let's do the topic.
Okay. So we're coming back with another thing, another
section, segment of the segment. We were both looking for segment. Another segment of the podcast called I Don't Get It.
Yeah, and basically
the last one we did was soccer.
And basically the point of this podcast is that Alex and I are close friends, but we actually don't have very much in common. So in order to explore what the other one does, the person who doesn't know anything is going to ask the other one questions.
Yep. Live.
Yep, live. Alex does not know these questions.
I don't.
This is not scripted. Unlike some television shows. Unlike most television shows.
Unlike our other episodes.
Which it seems like Alex doesn't understand. So, the topic of this one is going to be Dungeons and Dragons. Don't turn off the podcast.
We're doing this with the intention of like Aaron, who knows nothing about it, is going to ask me, who does know a lot about it, what the fuck.
I've done one campaign though.
You've done one session. Or two.
It was a one shot, as they say.
Yeah. Like, yeah, well, it's fine. But like, Aaron is extremely unfamiliar with it, and to like get you guys who probably also don't know about it to like actually be able to engage with it, Aaron's going to ask questions to me that are very basic and very like, hey, what the hell is up with all that kind of thing.
So open your mind and open your heart and
open your wallets, open your legs,
open your asshole.
We want a complete open and honest communication in this podcast.
Here we go.
We're waiting for them to stretch out, Aaron. Hold on. It takes a while to open your asshole. I don't know if you're familiar.
Sorry, I've been practicing a lot, so it's very quick for me.
Oh, damn. I'm proud, man. That's a big accomplishment. Oh my god, yeah, no, that's huge.
So enough talking.
No, you can take your shirt off too. It's fine. It's
enough talk about my sphincter. We're gonna D&D. What's that all about?
What's it all about?
What's that all about?
Just very generally, it's a role-playing game. It's a tabletop role-playing game.
Oh, so it's sexual? Role-playing?
Could be.
Sexy nurse? Are there sexy nurses?
yeah, dude, totally, 100%.
Let's fucking go, dude.
It's like a board game without a board. It's like you're telling a story with a bunch of people, and you're rolling dice and stuff. Imagine like the plot of like a fantasy sci-fi movie or something like that. A group of adventurers going off to do a thing. One person is the dungeon master. They like narrate the world. They narrate all the characters that the main characters meet and everything like that. And the rest of the people in the group that are playing, they get to play like an individual character. They get to play Gandalf, Legolas. I actually didn't watch Lord of the Rings. I need to watch Lord of the Rings. But I know.
Wow, that's fucking.
I know it's huge. But like, each person plays a character, and in order to like see if the character, like a wizard or something, is able to do something successfully, they roll dice to see if they do it successfully.
They do a dice roll.
Yes.
There's a panel of judges who decide whether the dice roll is good enough.
Yeah. Yes. The dungeon master is actually there to rate it, and if the dice roll is not good enough, they kill the person in real life. Mm-hmm. If your character dies in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah, that's really where the daily dice roll walk comes from. So you can practice for Dungeons and Dragons in order to get the best dice roll.
100%.
Yeah.
Proven fact. But yeah, it's a role-playing game where you play characters and like tell a story in a fun world. And you roll dice to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that speaks well to like the individuality of it. Like,
yeah.
It's really whatever you make of it if you were ever to play it. How much time would you say goes into a thingy?
All right, so terminology. A set like usually these types of stories are take very long to like run through. It may be like a 3-hour sit down for a night, and like you go through one quick.
Hold on, I said a thingy.
You go through one quick thingy in a night. That might be a session. You might do multiple sessions for like a longer story, like a longer story that might take months or a year. Would be considered like a campaign. So in terms of a thingy, it could be like a bunch of thingies. You know, It could be one night thingy. It could be a long time thingy.
But like how long? Like in one sitting, how long might it be?
It depends. It could like professional like podcasts and videos and stuff, like actual play shows could be like an hour and a half, but like they're a lot better at it, so they're good at like streamlining it. Most home games, anywhere between 2 hours to 4 hours for one night thingy, even if it's like a longer campaign.
Wait, sorry.
Like it could be anywhere between 2 to 4 hours for like a single night.
Damn. So that's home games. What about away games?
Dude, away games are brutal. You were unfamiliar with the person's house. You don't know anything. You haven't even eaten dinner.
They have home field advantage. The crowd's making all this sound.
Oh my gosh. I'm just now imagining a D&D campaign where there's just like thousands of people in the bleachers all watching like six dudes around a table.
Don't fucking even talk about it. It's COVID. That's so unsafe.
You're right. In this hypothetical scenario of
what?
I'm sorry, I stroked out.
You stroked off.
I did stroke off in the middle of a podcast. Honestly, it was really unprofessional, guys. I'm gonna see myself out. But yeah, it could take a while depending on how long the story is, how much the DM has planned for the session and stuff like that. Yeah, if some people get worn out pretty quickly, just like it's a very taxing thing. Like I might be talking in a goblin voice for like 3 hours. I don't really want to be doing it for that long. Or maybe I'm good at that and I like doing that and I want to do it for longer, you know?
You're talking about in the sessions, right? Not just like in general life.
No. I'm still talking about like in sex. Like
okay.
Like the role play during sex.
All right, got it.
Goblin voice. Oh yeah.
Absolute biggest platonic boner.
But yeah.
Okay.
Length. That's usually what it is.
So generally, what I'm getting is that length doesn't matter.
Length absolutely matters. Length matters 100,000%.
Length matters. Okay. But it's also about how you use that length, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's all about the motion of the dice.
God damn it. All right. That leads me to my next question. Why the fuck do you listen to so many podcasts?
Okay.
About D&D?
It's not
so many.
The podcasts aren't about D&D. It's more sessions are really hard to play. It's easy because a lot of people are good at it and they're entertaining to listen to, and it's honestly just as good as a TV show, if not better, for what you might be looking for. Especially if you want to play but don't have the ability to. You're too busy to like be sectioning off 4 hours a week to be playing like weekly sessions or something like that. Maybe you don't have friends that play or are not as committed.
Don't have friends, period.
Maybe you don't have any friends at all. Maybe you are a salamander.
Maybe the only way you can attract other people is by showing them how wide you could spread your asshole.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you got me into it.
Yeah.
What was I saying? The shows.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Nope. If you can't play often, but like you want to play or like you want to at least experience it in some way, watching shows and podcasts are like a really fun and easy way to do it. There are people that you
also play.
Yeah. So why do I specifically? The podcasts and the actual play shows I watch, when I say actual play show, that's just people that are good at it and like are entertaining and funny, do it, and we watch. They play the game.
They do it and we watch. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
A podcast where you're
it's
just
weird.
listening.
It's a $5 paywall. It's crazy. It's I can't believe it's legal.
Could you imagine a podcast where it's just the sounds of people having sex?
I can't.
You know,
do you want to find out?
You know, it's like guys wearing headphones and like, yo, what are you listening to? And he's like, here. It's just fucking sex.
I drive the shuttle around campus and I'll listen to my podcast sometimes when I'm driving around. Imagine just like You're walking around campus and like, oh great, the shuttle. You hail down the shuttle, you get in, and it's like, what on the fuck? You're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just my podcast.
Yo, turn the shit up.
Damn, this shit bumps. What the fuck?
My platonic boner is raging so fucking hard. Bump it.
Whoa, dude, that was kind of inappropriate. I'm at work right now.
Yeah. This workplace environment is hostile, and I absolutely cannot be a part of this.
This work environment is hostile, and I'm about it. The shows are super entertaining because like most of the actual play shows and podcasts I listen to are like of people who are good at it and funny playing, and I get a lot of ideas from them. It's like, why do you watch a TV show?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's almost the exact same thing.
I understand,
but it's not like people acting professionally in like I'm gonna pretend I'm like the king of the north. It's like a bunch of friends gathered around a table, just like, I'm gonna talk like a goblin for a few hours, and we're just gonna make like improv jokes.
And that's honestly good because, stretching. Because, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. Because there are less rules. Like they don't have to abide by the fucking TV networks.
Yeah, exactly.
Guidelines. They can just do whatever they want.
Exactly, 100%. And like they're also just like super interesting. Like I've the stories that have been told in the podcast and the shows that I watch through Dungeons and Dragons are incredible. Like such like really interesting stories that a regular TV show or a movie would not be able to tell that same story in the same like effective and like evocative way.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I think we'll move on to my next question, which is classes. And what do you normally like to pick? And what do you like? What do you find is your own role in a campaign?
Okay, so very general thing. Again, Dungeons and Dragons is a game. Like the people that are playing characters in the story can customize their characters by like making basically like fantasy like classes. It's basically like their job, what they're good at. You might be like a champion fighter that's like just really good at using a sword. You might be a wizard casting spells. You might be a druid turning into animals. You might be a barbarian, like just like bloodlust rage, an artificer, like a magic scientist and stuff like that. There's a lot of different classes that like make your character more unique in a lot of different ways. Yeah, so that's what classes are. Here's the thing. The players get to play characters and choose classes and stuff. I'm usually not a player because I'm so very familiar with the game that I end up being the dungeon master. And the dungeon master, like as the players play characters in the story, I as the dungeon master play everybody else.
Yeah.
I play the barkeep that you talk to when you walk into the tavern. I play the evil guy. I play the like all your friends and your family, anyone that you meet. I narrate the story. I dictate the weather. I'm basically everyone that isn't the players in the story. And so because of that, I don't always get to have like the fun time of like building a cool sorcerer. I don't get to have like I don't get to always choose a class because I'm usually running the game.
So would you say you don't have as much fun being a dungeon master? Or?
It's different. It's a very different experience. You can have fun being dungeon master, and honestly, you should. You should have. If you're not having fun being a dungeon master, then don't do it. But at the same time, it's like someone's got to do it.
If you're not having fun being dungeon master, dig in deeper. Don't be a fucking bitch.
Dig your heels in. Keep not having fun.
Keep mastering that dungeon. You're a pussy. Keep going. Anyway,
my parents ask me whenever they'll like ask because like I play often, and so like they'll ask how things have gone. And if the words dungeon master ever comes up, they just politely ask me to refrain from saying it like that.
What? What?
And they'll keep forgetting that DM, because you usually just say DM. They consistently forget that DM stands for Dungeon Master. So I'll say DM, and then they're like, "What's that?" It's like Dungeon Master. Oh, just say anything else. You're just running the game, right? Yeah.
So I was a Dungeon Master. You fucking shut up! You no! You.
Yes. My parents regress into 5-year-olds.
And then 3 minutes later, then obviously they're like, "Can you just say fucking something else?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Which you can say. There's like Game Master. And you can say Game Master.
And then 3 minutes later, you're like, "Yeah." So I was being DM, and they're like, "What the fuck is a DM?" And you're like, "Oh, it's a Dungeon Master." They're like, "No." No.
So like a 6-year-old that was like ooh
Gross, fucking gross.
Like Sammy has a crush on you. Ew, no, ew. I don't have a crush on anyone. That's what they sound like when they do that. Anyway.
Fucking disgusting. Dungeon Master, our son, we won't have that in this house.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I thought that was an interesting point to bring up.
I can't.
So I very consistently use the term running the
Racism
game.
against Dungeon Masters?
No, it's like, it could be considered like a sexual thing.
It's like, where were you today? Oh, I was at Aaron's house. Yeah, how's he doing? He's a Jew. A Jew?
Ew! La. You're hanging out with...
No more going to Aaron's house.
No. It's like the 6-year-old like voice and shit. I'm just like, ew, no Jews. Ew, no.
He probably had like a Star David and fucking yarmulkes. Ew. Anyway. What were the
I don't usually get to play classes because I'm usually running the game. And you can have fun running the game if you like, it's just... it requires a lot of effort. I need to like build a cohesive story, but not like plan too much. Because like, it's a very open world story. Like I might have a plan to be like, all right, you come up to the entrance of the dungeon. Like there's a like a scary like wooden door that creaks open that like beckons you to come in. And the sorcerer might be like, yeah, fuck this dungeon. I kind of want to go back to the town and like flirt with the barmaid. Like I can't stop you. I would rather you go into the dungeon because that's what I have planned. But sure, fuck it, go back to the town. Like it's tough because it's hard to like plan for the session, but also
this is sort of addressing another question, which is like, because I knew you're often a dungeon master, so I was gonna ask you like, what does it take to become and like be and do that stuff? Like what?
Well, just to finish answering the other question about like what class I like to play, very occasionally I get to be a player in someone else's campaign, which is very fun because I'm a bit of a rules lawyer. I know a lot about the rules, so I'm very privy to breaking them. And like I'll build characters if I can to like maximize like maximum like breakage of the rules to the letter of the law kind of thing. But like the class and stuff I would usually play are like healing classes and like tank classes, like not like the regular damage and not like the regular big flashy stuff. I like playing like support classes because like it helps other people like shine better, and like usually the people I'm playing with are much more new to the game or like newer than me, and so like, they haven't had those like fun moments to shine, and so it helps when someone is like a full support to help that person like have those fun story moments.
Ew.
Yeah.
Too selfless. I won't have it. Fucking gross, dude.
Thanks, man. It means a lot. But as for the
Dungeon Master
thing, what about that?
Like, how do you... How?
So very general, like basically, as a Dungeon Master, I need to plan... I would like to plan a story for the campaign.
Even before that, you had to like build an entire knowledge base to even... right?
Oh yeah, like I mean, it depends on the campaign. If it's just like, oh, you're just in a generic fantasy world, I could just make it whatever. I can make things up as I go along. But sometimes, like for a campaign I'm doing with some of my friends, I've like very intricately like designed a city.
Not even prior to that, like learning all the rules and shit, and all that.
Just time. Just honestly, the real thing that got me to learn most of the rules was watching the actual plays and listening to the people through podcasts and stuff like that, where they're not even talking about the rules, they're just playing the game. And I just hear over and over again, like, Cure Wounds is like 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier, and like, oh, I'm a fighter taking an attack, you get to take 2 attacks at this level. Like, over and over and over again, I kind of just absorbed the rules. I finally bought a rule book and bought the D&D handbook, and then I read through it and I was like, I already kind of knew all this. This was kind of a waste of money. But
I thought I remembered you like reading through a book.
Yeah, the handbook is like definitely part of the practice. Like you bring the handbook even though you look up all the spells. It's just part of the atmosphere. But yeah, there's a bunch of rules, but the rules aren't as important as like having fun,
Right. So yeah, I've heard about you like building universes and stuff like that.
Yep.
What is that? How's that? What is what?
Well, I mean, it's just imagine like writing a story, but you have almost no agency over the characters. So you can do as much as you can, which is building the setting and integrating it with the characters' backstories and hoping the entire world doesn't shatter. When like you say and there's a mysterious man in a trench coat on the other side of the bar beckoning you to come over, and it's like, I'm gonna go upstairs. Oh god, I did say it was 2 floors. You go upstairs. I'm gonna go, I don't know, how many rooms are there? 6 rooms. Like, I'm gonna go the second room on the left. Oh fuck. Roll a persuasion check. Like kind of.
What's like the worst, like the one that's a moment that sticks out to you where someone just like did shit that you were not prepared for?
We were just, I won't say names, just like obviously, but we were playing a campaign that I was DMing where we were in like a magic university. And basically like one of them was like a barbarian type athlete, and so like he was a football player that was like really good on the field because he was very like strong and magically powered and stuff. He knew that like one of like the other football players like a classic bully. He had like a very powerful magic item that he needed to like get from him somehow. And I thought they were gonna fight. I thought they were gonna like do something. I thought they were gonna talk about it. But my friend had already established that his character had been drinking a lot, just like as a joke. And then like he brought up that he was drunk that day, like as a joke, like on the football field, like at practice.
Sure.
And then he turned this inevitable fight into like he sat down on the ground and was like, man, just like my dad had alcoholism and like I feel like I'm falling in his footsteps kind of thing. And like in the moment I had a choice to have the bully to just like beat the shit out of him, like as we had planned, or for me to like change the story up. And so I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna throw out everything I had. And the bully sat down and was like, I know the feel, man. Me and my friends, alcoholism is like a super serious thing. Like we meet every Thursday to like talk about it and stuff. And if you want to, again, fictional characters, like we're just like role playing this kind of thing. I had like a fight planned on the football field for like these other football players to come in and just like beat the shit out of the one player because he came by himself. But he just had alcoholism, and I just had to play. I just had to. No way I could have planned that he was gonna, be struggling with alcoholism.
Well, what about moments where you're like panicking, like where someone did something that like you didn't know how to handle? So that ever happened?
Definitely, off the top of my head, I've definitely done that to someone else though.
Like what?
I was playing like a magic sorcerer in another like very generic fantasy campaign, and my friend was DMing. It was a lot of fun. I was doing a lot of rules breaking stuff. There was a pirate hideout, and we needed to like basically assassinate the pirate on the second floor. We had a big map of like what the first floor looked like, all the guards and everything. The second floor looked like. We had the schematics of the building, and we were strolling up, and then like the DM was like, all right, what do you do? I was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're going to go back to the hotel and chill out for the night. I'm going to go by myself. I'm going to turn myself invisible, and I'm going to sneak past everyone because I'm invisible. I'm going to teleport through the window because I have that spell. I'm going to teleport through the window and wait for the pirate to fall asleep. Once he falls asleep, I'm going to burst the door open and cast polymorph on him. Polymorph is a shape-changing spell.
Sure.
And just like basically if they like fail it, if the enemy fails a dice roll, they get turned into another thing. And so Instead of us like fighting through this pirate hideout, I bust in the door invisible. Like I explained it well enough. Where like, yeah, I guess none of the guards are there and the dude's asleep. What do you do? Like, okay, all right, he failed to save. What do you do? I'm gonna turn him into a grilled cheese with mayo because that is technically under his challenge rating because it's a grilled cheese. I can change him into whatever I want because he failed. I'm going to take him, turn myself invisible again, and teleport out. And then throw him in the jail cell and unpolymorph him. And so, yep, we got him. We didn't have to kill him. We didn't have to go through the pirate hideout. I'm really
happy that you included Mayo. Otherwise, it would have been disgusting.
So my character was a bit of a himbo. He had very, very low intelligence, but he was very, very like magically powered and everything. And his whole thing was like, well, I'm gonna eat the grilled cheese if I like I might forget and I might just eat it. And I need to not eat it. So, like, why the fuck? Like, if I put mayo on it, I'll know not to eat it.
That's fair. I think that that's the best thing about D&D that would make it fun for anyone if they just tried it is because, like, if you just play with your friends, you can do whatever the flying fuck you want.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a big thing to emphasize. Like, you could do simply what, like, I've been talking about like a lot of like nerd stuff, like rolling dice and like storytelling moments and like me making cities and stuff like that, all these rules to know. That all of that is just like something that I like doing because like I'm so into the game. But it's not just about that. The biggest thing is that like, you were sitting at a table with your friends and dicking around for a few hours, and you can simply do whatever the fuck you want if that's like the way that your table is going. You don't have to tell a story. You could just go to the bar and narrate you and your characters just like having a stupid time or just like fucking around with people. And you're basically superheroes in these kinds of worlds with the powers you have, like dice rolls, persuasion checks, and all these kinds of stuff. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want in a campaign.
I remember, now that I'm thinking about it, the one time I did a campaign where you were a dungeon master, and we like had to like we approached like an airship, and we needed to like there's a guy who owned it, and the point was like we were supposed to like ask him for it, and like he was supposed to like teach us how to use it or like drive it for us or something like that. And I think it was me. I was like, actually, fuck that. I'm gonna tie him up, and we're just gonna take it, and we're just gonna fucking guess how to fly this thing.
Yep. That was 100%. I remember that crystal clear because that was honestly a moment. It wasn't like a big freak out moment because it wasn't the biggest deal, but it was definitely a funny moment where I was like, oh, you guys are generally new, but I know you're getting a feel for it. Where it was exactly that. It was just an old man on a boat, and like they needed to get to an island. They go to the boat, and we're like, all right, should we talk to him? Should we do anything? You guys sat in front of the boat for IRL like 10 minutes trying to figure out what you wanted to do. And all you had to do was either ask him, maybe like challenge him for it, do something, maybe like pay him or anything. But no, instead you guys, I didn't plan for this, but it worked out. You guys went in and borderline assassinated him. you beat him within an inch of his life and then tied him up. And yeah. And then you couldn't drive the boat because none of you were smart enough. You rolled really high, but none of you were actually that intelligent.
Yeah, we guessed it. We just fucking... Anyway, all this to the point of like, it's fun. It is fun, and I feel like it gets a lot of hate. And that leads me to we could wrap it up probably in this last question.
Sure.
What do you say to like the people that are like D&D is nerdy and stupid and like only ultra nerds play D&D?
True. but also like don't knock until you try it. It's as forget all the things about numbers and forget all the things about like rules and rolling things and long sessions and stuff like that. None of that is like important. The important thing is that like it's you and a bunch of friends just like telling jokes, having fun, hanging out, eating pizza. Like it's not like the media might like portray a very like stereotypical like nerd like 10-year-olds playing and like getting too into it. You can get into it if you want, but at the end of the day it's not really like that. At the end of the day it's just like you and a bunch of friends screwing around, and who doesn't have fun doing that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I think also it's fun to like create your own character and do whatever you want. Like
god, I totally forgot about that.
I had a character who was a reptile, who was a rabbi, whose first name was also Rabbi.
I do believe his name was Rabbi Squatface Mumbo Jumbo?
Gonzo Bonzo.
I'm so sorry.
Yep, and I'm very proud.
That's messed up.
If you were to refer to him formally, it would be Rabbi Squatface Gonzo Bonzo.
Right. Implying that Judaism existed in the fantasy universe we were playing in. Yep.
Yeah, and his backstory is that his mom was kidnapped and murdered, and then his dad went on a quest of vengeance to find the perpetrator, and also got murdered by the same person. Yep. That's the type of shit you can do. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Jeez, I totally forgot about that. When I was explaining it, I was like, oh yeah, like if you're going to be a paladin, you could, the paladins usually, like declare an oath to some sort of god or something like that to like uphold their values and stuff. And, you could be like the nature god. It could be like the fire god. It could be like a bunch of different types of things. What kind of god do you want? Oh, just like God. Oh, like Judeo-Christian God? Like God. Like, yeah, like, oh, I didn't really think about it that way, but sure, why not?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think I wanted to do this segment just so that maybe people listen to this and realize that D&D is actually for everybody.
Damn. So that means we're gonna play a campaign, right?
I would be open to it. I would do one over Zoom.
And it's recorded. You can't say no.
I said I would be open to it.
No, weird. It said, yes, Daddy Alex. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Dungeon Master Alex.
There's no opening of the asshole quite yet, okay?
I'm pretty sure canonically, in canon universe of our podcast, your asshole's been open for maybe the last 40 minutes.
I'm going to make a character that is like Kirby, that could, Kirby could suck things in, but through my asshole.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's going to be my next character.
And then you, like, shit out of your mouth? See, we can work with this. Maybe you can make, like, some sort of cool monk.
Wait, it could be metaphorical shit out of my mouth. I only say bullshit.
Yo, wait, that's actually a sick idea. Wait, no cap. That's actually a sick idea.
So I take the bad guy and I suck him into my asshole.
You want to do psych?
Yeah, let's do psych. Motto of the story. Motto of the story.
Motto of the story. Subway, eat fresh.
Moral of the story. If you don't like someone, suck them into your asshole.
Mm-hmm. Proven to get rid of any evil in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit talk them.
And that's why we've partnered up with the butt plug company. It's my new favorite bit.
That's a good bit. Butt plugs are us. Thank you guys for sponsoring us. Super weird you're affiliated with Toys R Us, but it is what it is. You can use our discount code.
It's just a Toys R Us. There's like Legos,
No.
There's toy trucks, and then just fucking butt plugs in the next aisle.
Oh my god. Hey, Toys R Us is closed. So
Toys R Us.
I know. That's why.
Like sex toys.
I know. That was the intention.
I just got there.
I'm pretty funny. All right.
I'm not proud of that. Anyway, continue.
Psychology. We're going to talk about hypnosis.
Yes, sir.
So hypnosis is actually a thing that is used, right? Like not regularly, but it's used.
It's used regularly in most psychologist sessions. If you go to a psychologist, there's about a 50-50 chance they'll use hypnosis.
Yeah, so don't go to psychologists, guys. It's not worth it. You're going to get hypnotized.
You go to psychiatrists. Because...
And they're going to hypnotize you to tell 10 more people to go visit the psychologist.
There's an important dichotomy between hypnotizing and brainwashing. And the psychologists do hypnotizing, which only works like sometimes. Brainwashing works all the time. And that's why you go to a psychiatrist, because that's what they do.
You've been to a psychologist recently, Aaron?
All right, that's the episode.
Hypnosis actually is used, like, kind of, not regularly, but it's used today.
You always see those like shows like where someone's on stage and they have someone come up and they get hypnotized.
Because like it can be the biggest. Here, let me.
I still don't understand how it works. I don't get it.
The concept of it is that it's you haven't learned about it in your psych classes, right?
Not about hypnosis specifically.
The
I've learned about like psychological vulnerability.
So like the origins of it is that like in the late 1700s, there was a dude named Franz Mesmer. Which, fun fact, where we get the word mesmerize, basically theorized that there was I think we're good on time. Basically theorized that there was another physiological state. Like some physiological states are like
psychological state of Mississippi, psychological state,
the physiological state of the Union, physiological state of Texas.
I'm in a physiological state of mind. Anyway.
Like physiological states in terms of like awake, stage 1 of sleep, stage 2 of sleep, and like that kind of stuff where like the body's like in a certain state that it's not the same as it is in another state.
Yeah.
Mesmer theorized that there was another physiological state, like something akin to a trance.
Okay.
And that in this trance we've studied over time. It's not exactly a different physiological state, but it's certainly comparable, where in this state, the marked feature of it is that you are more suggestible than usual.
Right.
Like you're more open to hearing things or like changing things than usual. It like the term is high suggestibility.
Right. That's what I was trying to talk about. Not vulnerability, suggestibility.
Yeah, it's like a stage of heightened suggestibility, and that like over time there were other psychologists, like that was in the late 1700s. Over time there were other psychologists like Freud and other types of people that like they didn't have the exact understanding as we do have it now, but they got some types of results out of it. Whether they were all right or wrong is up to interpretation. But like,
nope, all right, all correct.
Like Freud,
I see no problems with this.
Freud is very known for using this type of hypnotherapy to uncover repressed memories, and we've talked about repressed memories before, where like if you put someone into a heightened state of suggestibility and be like, yeah, remember that time you were lost in the mall? And then someone's like, yeah, I do remember that time. You were passing, you were passing the store, you lost your mom. And then like in this state, like Freud and other psychologists like that were probably coming up with some repressed memories with these people that were not real or like suggested. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. The big difference is that like we now know the how far this has come is that we now know that like it's not actually a different physiological state. It's more like if you believe in it and if it's the type of thing that can help you, then great, let's do it. If not, then it doesn't work for you. It's like not everyone should do hypnotherapy because not everyone is like if you're not believing enough in this like trance type of thing, then you're not going to get anything out of it. If you're just generally a more suggestible person, you might be suggestible to be like, oh, hypnotherapy, let me at least try it. And then there are like actual things that psychologists use for hypnotherapy, such as suggestion therapy, which is just like they basically put someone into a heightened state of suggestibility, which is just like you get them really relaxed.
They just make some suggestions, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like you get them relaxed, you get them to just like chill out, like let their brain relax and stuff, and like you basically suggest them to refrain from habits like smoking or like biting your nails or something like that, and it won't stop it, but it helps. Like incept is a strange word for it, but it's like it's like a deeper suggestion than just being like your psychologist telling you to stop doing something.
Yeah.
And if that's something that works for you, then great. That's something that works for you. But it shouldn't be used for everyone like how Freud did it, and it shouldn't be like done too intensely like how Freud did it.
Yeah. It's one of the it's an interesting concept because it's one of those things that feels like it shouldn't be real, like that shouldn't really work. It's not something that seems like it's actual, but it kind of is.
Yeah, like
kind of really is.
People get stuff out of it. Definitely not everyone, which is why it's not like super popularized. But it's more just like, I mean, it being so unbelievable is probably why it's so like sensationalized in like, you know, movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah, I mean, no arguing with that.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting though. Of just being like, oh, are you relaxed? You're relaxed right now? All right, cool. Stop smoking.
You're just super relaxed? All right. You like big dick now. You like big pee-pee.
That's what Freud did. You're like absolutely ginormous pee-pee. Dude, this is how you become a god. You hypnotize.
Oh my God, hypnosis.
You hypnotize people into thinking like, you see that dude over there? He's pointing to a mirror that's pointed at the psychologist, which is you, trying to become God. Yeah, I see him. That dude's hype. Maybe hype enough to be God.
I am waving, like doing the watch in front of the face. I am the big pee-pee God.
That's your patron. That's your divine domain. Yeah. Pee-pee.
I'm the big pee-pee God. The deity with the large wiener.
What about the minor pee-pee God?
Minor pee-pee God ain't shit.
There actually is a Greek god of fertility. Can I remember his name? It starts with a P. I can't remember it. But basically, it's
not pee-pee?
It's not. It's definitely not.
Is it Peneus?
No. It's like. Oh, no, I might look it up. But it's like. It's a.
Come on, Peneus is pretty good.
Did you know the the Latin word for pine is Pinus, and with Latin pronunciations, guess how that's pronounced?
Penus.
Penis. Literally just pronounced penis. It's technically penis, but like
good.
It's penis.
That's a good.
You know how often pine trees are referenced in antiquity? A lot.
I'll tell you, not often enough.
You know how many times I've had to say penis in my Latin class? Quite often.
That's a great category of things, like things that sound like curse words in other. Like, you know, how do you think you might say seal in French?
Seal.
Fuck.
Dude, I just snorted so hard. You're capping. That's false. That's not real.
No. Here, wait.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Go to Google Translate.
Yeah, I got it.
Hopefully it gives
fucking god. Your delivery of it was perfect too. Oh my god. Okay.
It should be. I don't think I got this wrong because like one of the biggest jokes is like you are a baby seal and it's like 2A on baby fuck.
Dude, wait. English? Like seal like SEAL.
Yeah. No, yeah, like the animal. Maybe get this make sure you get the sound on so we can get this into the mic. It's not giving the right word?
Maybe with a capital S?
What the fuck?
Maybe like baby. Maybe say like baby seal.
Wait, what the hell? No way, I've been capped.
Dude, you were lying.
Oh, here we go.
Oh god. Doing yours, yeah.
Baby fuck. Baby fuck.
All your delivery of that was just absolutely insane. I'm just like, oh god, guess what? Baby, go seal this. I don't know, seal. Fuck. Oh my god, that was fucking insane. To backtrack the smallest amount back to the Greek god of fertility. It doesn't matter what his name is. The big deal about it is that he's very recognizable by his statue because he's just a dude with a 2-foot dick. Like my man's penis is like at his shins on any statue of him. I
I didn't know they made statues of me.
Dude, did you exist 2,000 years ago? That's so crazy. Like this dude looks just like you.
And he's just holding a bunch of penises.
No, it's usually he's holding his own dick because it's simply so. Oh,
like he's holding a bunch of pines.
It refers to the whole pine tree, I believe. Penis.
Oh, that's boring.
Anyway, this is him.
Oh my god.
You know what? Let's get some video engagement in here.
Why'd they have to make a statue where he's hard?
Let's get some video engagement. Oh, they're all hard. Some of them are soft, and that's even funnier. Let me see if I can find a soft one. Yo, my man shit sticks straight up. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Guys, watch the video. Doesn't it look like Aaron? Guys, come on.
That is what I can't deal with that. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Yeah. Greek god of fertility.
This leads me to an interesting thought about would you rather that maybe we'll bring up.
Yeah. We also end in a moment, but
yeah, let's wrap it up on that bombshell. Okay.
Baby
We have Instagram, we have Twitter, supposedly we have a TikTok at whoaskedcast. We have a YouTube channel, Who Asked, where you can watch a video of us doing this instead of just listening to it, and you can see a video. You can see a image of a very large penis statue. Come on,
it is Aaron though. We've canonically established that Aaron was the Greek god of fertility 2,000 years ago.
It's true. It's very true. Anyway, we have a website, whoaskedpodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all of our episodes, all of our socials, all of the links to platforms on which you can stream our podcast.
And if you have any topic submissions, you have anything better for us to talk about, because we're kind of running out of ideas. We're not actually, but we just want to talk about this one for a while. If you have any topic submissions, anything you want us to talk about, you want us to give you advice on stuff, we want to do that too. That's fun. You can email us, whoaskedcast@gmail.com. Just say anything. We'll probably give you a shout out. Well, we'll keep it anonymous, but we like emails.
Whoaskedcast@gmail.com. Can you spread AIDS?
It was a request. It was not a question.
Yeah. Please, can you come spread AIDS?
And with that, thanks, guys.
See you next time.